Hello everyone. I think I've got everything organized. Welcome to my channel for the Stamping Around the World video hop. My name is Monica Formosa. Welcome to Paper Happinessity with Monica. Just let me grab my chair and I'll sit. Hello. Stamping Around the World video hop. Now, I do believe it's all about metallics in August. So I kind of went round a little bit trying to work out what I was going to do, but what I've decided is to do a little gold heat embossing. So this is my card. Let me just move our little graphic to the side because we don't need that anymore. So this is my card. I've used Layers of Beauty bundle, both the stamp set and the dies, but I have split the image so it goes in from both sides just for something a little bit different. Gold on black for something really classic. I'm not sure whether the camera will pick that up, but anyway, you've got that's there. For my sentiment, I've used this lovely scripty happy birthday from Charming Day. This would make a lovely congratulations card for many different occasions. I was going to say anniversary, but I'm not too sure whether anyone would appreciate a black card on their anniversary, but you know, like something a little bit different for sure. Okay, now what I've gone and done is I've actually stamped on some paper from this lovely black and white paper from Botanical Textures 12 by 12, and I've used this dark sheet here in tones of the greys and blacks. This is the, I do believe that's actually the B side, and this is on the A side, and it has lots of different black and white designs. Mostly, well, on the A side there's foliage, and then on the B side you have this more watercolory, abstracty, arty kind of thing going on. Okay, so that's what I've used to stamp on rather than black, because I just wanted to give it a little bit of contrast. I don't have any embellishments or ribbon on this one. This was just put really quickly together, but to coordinate you could use the what is this, the mesh ribbon, which is this lovely see-through ribbon, mesh ribbon with the gold trim, and it has a gold thread through the middle. You could use that, but embellishments, I did grab out the iridescent foil gems. Now these have a lovely gold sparkle glitter, mostly clear with the gold, and it does throw different colors, and I thought, you know, that would look quite cute. Not cute, but you know, quite elegant, because it's all about elegance for this card. All right, I'm not going to waffle on too much longer because I've got a lot to do today and I don't really want to keep you guys waiting. So you might want to fast forward through, I'll leave that there, through different sections. Now I have set up my Stamparatus. You do the same stamping in any stamping platform that you may have. Stampin' Up don't actually sell this anymore, unfortunately, but if you have one, might be a great idea to use it, because I want to heat emboss with Versamark, and as you can see, I do have a spot on this one that it didn't quite stamp properly. So by using my Stamparatus, I can go back in and repeat my stamping, and I have, because I'm a little bit pedantic, OCD. I have actually taped it down with a little bit of washi tape. You can use your magnets, but I find that it still can move a little bit. So I've used a little bit of washi tape in the areas that I know won't be, the stamping won't go onto. Okay, so that's what I've done with that. But for this particular, oh, and I've also stamped my happy birthday and then put a little piece of gold foil in behind, just as to pull the eye into the sentiment there, like just grabs your attention. I have a basic black card base, a piece of foil that has been cut down, I think 1/4 of an inch smaller. I believe 1/4 of an inch smaller than my card front, which is 1/2 centimeter. This piece of basic white will go into the center, and then another piece of basic black, which has been cut down 1/8 of an inch smaller than the gold, or 1/2 centimeter. Oh, well, that might be a centimeter. So go down 1 centimeter and then go down 1/2 centimeter if you don't want to faff about with millimeters. That would be my suggestion. And then for the inside, this just goes in here. We might actually do some stamping on the inside of that as well, maybe just black on white, just for something, just to pull that design in. Okay, so first and foremost, we might do our stamping and then work our way down. And as I said, the sentiment does come from Charming Day. You can use whatever sentiment you have. I just like the scripty font for this one. I thought it was very elegant for this particular card. There is a happy anniversary and layers of beauty that you could use, and you could even stamp directly onto the black cardstock in the background here and heat emboss in gold. That's entirely up to you. Okay, so I've got my Versamark, and I'm going to actually ink this up or stamp this twice at least. Make sure your Versamark pad is nice and juicy. We need every single bit of that to transfer onto our paper. Versamark is a clear sticky ink that allows you to either watermark or you can use it for heat embossing, which is great. And just make sure that that's, oh sorry, I'm wriggling everything here. We'll go back in again. This is going to be annoying. And how's everyone's month been? I can't believe we're in August. Like, I'm sorry, but that's just not allowed, like truly. Goodness me. Because, you know, once September comes along, it's almost like, oh, well, that's the year gone. Already trying to work out what I'm doing for Christmas. All right, I'm hoping that hasn't moved too much. All right. So I'll just take that up. And I'll need that again. I'm going to just, and one thing I didn't do was use my anti-static. So let's hope I don't get gold embossing powder where I don't need it. And you know what, even if I do, it'll just give a little bit of extra sparkle and dottage. So a little bit of gold. Stampin' Up sells the Wow embossing powder in 2 lots. One in basics, which is black, white and clear. Oh, that's not going to come up. And then they have a metallic. Which is your, is that, I think that's not too bad. There's a section over there that in here that hasn't quite stamped right, but that'll be okay. Sorry, metallics, which is silver, gold, and I believe copper. All right, I'm just going to get my little handy dandy paintbrush, which comes with the embossing kit. And in the embossing kit, you get this lovely tray, you get the brush, pair of tweezers, and the anti-static powder. That's going to be die cut anyway, so that's all right. All right, let's heat that up. So I'm going to grab my reversible tweezers and my heat tool. Sorry for the noise. All right, so we heat this up, and then as soon as it starts changing, you move on to the next spot. I like to heat from underneath. I'm not sure whether it makes a difference or not. Once you start seeing it change, you just move on to the next area, because if you overheat it, you actually lose all that lovely gold shine that is going on there. I need some, what did I do with my washi tape? Here it is. We're going to, there is a little bit of, I've got to try and work out which way this goes. I can never, no, this way, I did have it right. There we go. I'm going to just, because Stampin' Up don't have a magnetic plate, they did try, but it warped quite quickly. So rather than selling an inferior product, they decided just to not sell it anymore, which I think is probably a smart business decision. Stampin' Up do pride themselves on having good products, quality products. So, all right, guys, I need to get my embossing machine. Oof. Okay, for die cutting, you will need your base plate, which is plate number 1. I'm just going to move that out the road because I'm squish it. Plate number 1, number 2, which is your, oh, what do they call this one? Adapter, the adapter plate, and then your 2 clears. Make sure that hasn't moved. And we'll wind that through. gorgeous little die cut happening here. Right. And I think I've just realised that I've got the wrong... Okay, I've got the wrong fold for my card, but that's okay. Because I wanted to go landscape. Originally I was going to go portrait, but I'm going to go landscape for this one. And I've just realised that the fold is on the left there. So what I need now is my paper trimmer. And I'm going to very carefully work out where I need to cut this. Now I kind of went, I think, from here through to here. Oh, yeah, because I want to kind of miss this section here, and I want to, no, let me see what I did on this one. Yeah, I had those two leaves, which is those two. Goodo. Let's go this way. So line up where you want to cut. This is your cutting guide. The track here, we're going to just put that there, put that there, and our cutting blade, we will trim that. Just pass that over there. We need now, like I said, if you wanted to, you could, before you stick this on, stamp your sentiment. So work out where this is all going to go. Maybe this way. So this goes up here on this side. I'll put that up on dimensionals. And then this one goes... I think I've cut that wrong. Oh, it's all different. That was supposed to go that way, I think. Anyway, so maybe, can we? No, that's not going to work. That's okay. So we're going to go this way, and we'll stick that on there. Alright, so however you cut it, just make sure, and if you want to heat emboss a sentiment, so before you add this on, stick these down, work out where you want to stamp it, and then you can stamp it and heat emboss. For this one, I'm going to just turn these over, and you might want to fast forward this bit because I'm going to now put a ton of dimensionals on here, just for a little bit of, well, not quite, and don't throw these sections away on your dimensionals when you because I like to use them like that as an edge piece. If you have the black, it might be a good idea to actually go in and use the dark. Stampin' Up! Do have the black dimensionals, which is great. I just forget to use them, honestly. Where are they? I've got them here. I'll show you. I did have them here. Anyway, they're not where they should be. Yeah, here they are. So they do have the black, and in the packet you get 2 of each one. You get 2 of the large ones and 2 of the smaller ones. I just forget to use them. All right, so we're going to just quickly go in. Because this is paper, I'm going to give it a lot of support. And I'll I'll go back in with some smaller ones around the edges a little bit. Okay, where are my babies? The little minis. This might be overkill, but if you're going to be posting this, I like to make sure that things don't, oh, that's stuck on the wrong side. I like to think that it will arrive in a presentable condition. Now, also guys, please do go into the description box below this video, so you can click on more, and then you might need to click on more again, and it will show you a, oh, stop short. I think my husband is outside going through the gate. It will give you a list of participants that are taking part in this particular hop. We're a lovely, very creative group of demonstrators from all over the world. And we create very inspiring projects, if I may say so. So I think that you might see that one. Oh, let me see if I can pull that down a bit. There we go. Last one, I'm just going to throw that one on there. Yeah, so we're a very inspiring bunch of girls, or demonstrators, I won't, and we love sharing our creativity with you all. We're from all over the globe. Europe, North America, and the South Pacific. All right, that's off. Now, if you wanted to, you could, I'm just trying to work out which is going to be the best way to do this, because I've now cut this. Oh, let's go that way. Go this way. Kind of like the way the flowers are going. I don't mind that little bit overhanging because it won't actually go outside the edge of the card. Come on. And please do, if you're watching this and inspired by what I have created, I would really appreciate a thumbs up. And if you have friends that you think might enjoy this also, please do share. It's a great way of supporting my little papercraft business. We may not be in the same country, but it's nice to know that you guys like what I create. Yeah, last one, come on. There we go. I've got a little pile of dimensionals there going berserk. All right, so we're going to go now down this way. which works. All right, so there's, I'm just going to put all them in the bin before I do something that I shouldn't. And I might actually go, see, I don't mind that. Let's do it. Okay. We're going to glue or adhere this onto the foil, gold foil. I really don't like using my wet glue when I'm doing this. So I'm going to get my Stampin' Seal. I won't go too close to the edge. Now, please do trim the middle out of it if you're a bit of a frugal crafter. Cardstock and gold foil is quite expensive. And don't be ashamed to cut out a die or a label. That looks pretty special, if I say so myself. Now that is going to go off the edge there, but that's okay. All right. Once again, I think I might use my seal. And we will put, which way was this going? This way. So let's put that on there so there's an equal border on all four sides, which is, it is a struggle with which is why I really do prefer wet glue, because it does give you a little bit of wriggle time. All right, so we got that going on. Almost done, guys, almost done. You're still with me? Now this is not going to fit because it's going across that way. I might be able to just trim that down. See how far we can pull that back. Oh, there we go. Yay, that worked. Across the bottom, I kind of like it in there with between those two flowers. So what I'm going to do is I'll add a dimensionals on this side and a little bit of glue on this side. You could add a little bit of gold thread in underneath there just to add a little bit more zhuzh. What did I say? In between these two, right? There we go. What do I do with my gold bits and pieces? These ones, the foil gold foil. I'm just going to, I actually think that's not going to, I think that's empty, to tell you the truth. I need to swap that out. Just love these. These are like, it just gives you a little bit of sparkle without giving you a lot of sparkle, which is what I like. There. Okay, so there's the front of the card. And now for this, what I thought, let me grab my black ink. Where are you? And what I thought we could do is just find, I'm not really sure how we're going to do this. Whoops. I just want like that there. All right, so all I want is kind of this here. I will need to move that into that section. I might need to do this. I think this is dry, very dry. I might just re-stamp that and hope it don't move, just so we've got that little bit of design from the front. And yes, it's only in black, but our card is black, so I think it'll work wonderfully. Now this hasn't quite, I think it's because we've got that happening. Yeah, that's better. With the photopolymer stamps, the magnets, especially if you've got a little bit of tape around them, the tape does make it easier to grab, but it does add a little bit of extra height. You could gold emboss this if you wanted to heat emboss it again. I'm just aware that this video is already way too long, much longer than it should be. You could also layer this on gold foil if it's for an extra special occasion. But there we go, there's our card. Okay, so there's that one. Where's our original? Let me pull my original, which is a landscape. And we went this way this time because I cut it all in the wrong spot. But anywho, and I probably could have went up with this just a little bit because that's overhanging there just a bit, but that's okay. So that's it from me. Thank you so much if you're still with me. I do appreciate your time. I know time is very important to all of us. Our lives are quite busy, so I do appreciate that. I want to also welcome all my lovely new subscribers. It's great to have you here. Please do leave a comment in the comments below and introduce yourself. I love meeting new friends, and like, let's be honest, we are all friends here. That's the great thing about the crafting business or the crafting hobby. We all like to share what we do because we love what we do. So I do appreciate that. If you are a regular viewer too, I do appreciate you coming along and watching. And it's great to have you back. I do love having you all here. All right, guys, that's it from me. Thank you so much. Lots of love. And I'll see you next time. Bye for now.